Hi everyone, today I'd like to show you how to make these wire wrap loop-de-loop turquoise bracelets. The technique is what I call loop-de-loop, or actually I've called it the two-loop bracelets before, but now I'm going to call this loop-de-loop because you keep looping and looping, and so it's one loop after the other loop. So this one's I made with a turquoise nugget. See, this one I made with turquoise colored or blue colored wooden beads and also some brown beads. The color of the two beads complements the turquoise feature stone in the center. So we're going to be making something similar to this one, but instead of having all the wires through, I'm going to make them with crystal beads. So that way we're incorporating the two designs together. So this one's got one feature stone and this one will have three. So the materials we need are, I've got 2 meters of 16 gauge copper wire, 3 pieces of turquoise nugget, and their size between 20 to 25 millimeters, and also I've got 28 pieces of the silver plated crystal beads, where half of it has got that silver plating and on the other side is just clear and it's faceted. So I've already separated them into how we're gonna thread it through. I've arranged them wherein I've got 8, 6, 6, and 8. So what I'm going to do is thread it through the wire now, and I've already put a loop on the other end of my wire so they don't fall through. Also, just take note that some of the crystals, or these faceted crystals, I don't know if you're going to get the same ones as I do, but I've just noticed that some of them actually has got smaller holes. So if I try and feed it through, you can see that that doesn't even spin. So I take them out because of the size of our wire or the gauge of our wire. So you're best having something that will be a little bit loose so you don't get stuck. So now I've finished threading through my beads. So now let's begin. So the first thing we are going to do is I'm taking my round nose pliers, and I would like to have this fairly large so as to balance the size of the turquoise beads. And as you can see in here, that's about the size on my chain nose pliers. So that is about a 6 millimeter diameter. So what I'm going to do is take the wire and leave a tail of about 2 inches. So that's roughly. So I'll put the bead there, and what I'll do is just bend this that way, press up, and then go around from the top coming down. So we'll push that there like so and pull it a little bit tight. And if she doesn't want to flatten out, you can help it out with some nylon pliers just to push it in. And then I'm going around to the side here, and then I'll just push our wire over just to the edge there, because that's where we're going to put another bead to there. So they're touching. You can see that. So now we're going to bend this like that, and then we go around the bottom, and our little tail, we can actually put that somewhere in the center there. So you're going to end up with sort of a figure 8. Now we'll put another bead, and again with this one I'll bend it first so it's almost like the 3 beads are touching each other. So I'm going to go that way and wrap it around again the top, and take another one, go to the bottom, bend it first and go around. So the back looks like that, and the top looks like that one. And we'll put another bead, and we're going around again, bend it first and around, another one, bend and go around. So now I put the first 8 beads, and then I'm gonna put or push our turquoise, our first turquoise, over to there, and I'll just make sure that it sits nicely. So you can either have it that way wherein it's flat, or the opposite way. So it's up to you as to how you want it. But this one, I'll just put it that way because it's got more darker tones on that side. So, okay, I'm gonna put the beads there, and then we'll bend it. And then go under and around and go down here, and we'll put another bead and we'll just bend it and go around. So I'll just continue doing this until I get to the end. I'll come back once I finish putting all my beads through. So now I finished putting all the beads through, and it should look something like that, and it's all floppy and everything. But that doesn't matter because we're still gonna do more. So I'm gonna get my ruler and just measure that. So that's about 7 inches. So by the time I put that through and go around, so that would just be perfect for me, because what I want to do is this. So this one is 8 inches long, so because I wanted this to be like a bangle. So if you want it to be loose, so as you can see, so you got a fair way to go, then make it 8 inches. And this one, I would like it to be a little bit tight, so like this one. And there's hardly any movement, so that's as far as it'll go, but it just sort of sits where my little wrist bone is in the corner there, so it doesn't go any further. So that's the size we want, and that one is about 7.5 inches. So that's the size I'm trying to make. So now what we're gonna do first up is to straighten this out. So I'm just gonna take a flat nose pliers and just straighten them out like that. And also I'll do the same on the other side. So now I've finished straightening both sides of my bracelet, and then what I'm going to do next is make a loop like this one here and wrap it all the way around to the other end of our bracelet. But see, on this side here, this is the inside of the bracelet, and it looks really good, so I really like the look of that. So I'm going to reverse this. So instead of having it on the inside, I'm going to have those one across going on the top here. So now I'm going to take my round nose pliers and just make a loop, medium sized loop. Okay. And so now I'm going to wrap this around. So just grab hold of it with the flat nose pliers and just wrap once and like that. And so now what I'm going to do is take these and just wrap it up from the front like so, and go to the back on the opposite side of it. I am going around to here, and basically what we're doing is just doing a zigzag or making a loop, therefore the loop. So we're going a loop, another loop, that side there, going around again, therefore reinforcing the whole bracelet. And also that way we're going to go around here to the edge of our first turquoise, and we're going to go around. So see how that spins. So to stop it from spinning, we're going to make a loop. So if you just go across that way, that would stop our turquoise bead from spinning. And so I'm going to take my wire, just curve it a little bit like so, and go to the other side there, and we're going to wrap it up. So what we did here, we're going to continue all the way there. So we're going to go from the bottom, going up, going round to the next turquoise bead, and wrapping it up again like we did here. And we just set that. So I'm gonna go around and just curve that again, until we get to the end. So don't cut the long piece of wire first up, and we're gonna do the tail first. So what we're gonna do is make our hook, which is measure about 1/2 inch. So again to there, I'm gonna make a loop or a bend. We'll just bend that way, squash it. And so now with this one, we're going to put this from under, but we're going to swap this. So that's why I said don't cut that one first. Of course, this one, we're going to put here and hook that up, go back up to the front, and that way we're just securing our hook. So that now you can either wrap it up all the way down, because you're not going to see that in the back, or you can cut it. In this case, I'm just going to cut it. I just make sure that I cut it long enough so I can tuck it in underneath my bead there. There you go. So it doesn't catch on. Now the long piece of wire that we have here is we're going to secure this. So now you've got the hook there, which is sitting nicely. So we're going to take this and take the other side and wrap it up once there. And again, I'll just insert it further down here and wrap it up and cut it, and I want to tuck it in underneath that and just bending it a little bit, tucking it in so it doesn't catch on. There you go. And our hook, we'll just bend it so that way that can just hook up to there with a little bit of adjustment. So we just straighten it out. And there you go. So now we'll just reshape this and a little bit of tweaking here and there, and our bracelet is finished. Also from the top, if you want to make it curve a little bit more, so you can have more curves, or there you go, we just do that. So now our wire wrap 2-loop turquoise bracelet is finished.